Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Rebecca, and my Buddhist name is Metta Bali, which means keeper of loving kindness. Today is the Dhamma class of November 23, 2025. We have Dhamma classes every Sunday at 4 p.m. Arizona and Pacific time. The Zoom ID is 413-460-4622, and the password is Buddha20 with all lowercase letters. Today's Dhamma class consists of Part 1A, Buddha Gamana, offerings, 5 precepts, virtues of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, Metta meditation. Part 1B, Aditana, mindfulness, wish and sharing. Part 2, chantings, Buddhism, question and answers. The substitution for this week will be Hinliao, so please have your prayer book ready. Before we start off, I'll share some rules and regulations. Please do not eat or drink during prayer time because it is very disrespectful. Praying time is only 15 minutes, so please be mindful and respectful. If you are hungry, please remember to eat before praying next time. Please do not mess around and stay still during part 1 of today's Dhamma session. Please strain your body and center yourself in the middle of your camera. And if your camera is off, you'll be removed from the meeting, so please keep your camera on at all times. However, if you're not part of the Dhamma class, you are free to turn your camera off at any time. Everyone who is chanting part 1A and B, please chant clearly and slowly since other people will be listening or chanting. We also believe you will do very well. To those reading the substitutions or part 1A, please try to join the Zoom meeting at least 5 minutes early. Everyone, we will start off with Buddha Gamana, so please put your hands together.
Amara, your turn.
Diwa Dapati Gatha, Diwa Dapati Adijo, Rati Ma Badi Jandima, Sanado Katiyo Dapati, Jayi Dapati Brahmano, Atha Sabha Mahoradim, Buddho Dapati Tejasa, Tadisam Tejasampanam, Buddham Vandami Sadaram Edena Sajawajana Soti Meho Tu Sabada Soti Deho Tu Sabada round.
Gana Sarapati Tina Tipena Damantam Sinam Tilokati Pensaburam Pujayami Damonudam Wanda Ganda Guno Bedam Etam Kusuma Santatim Pujayami Monendasa Siri Para Sararuhe
Adivasetu no bante paniyan parikapitan anukampam upadaya padika natu utama Adivasetu no bante bojanam parikapitan anukampam upadaya padika natu utama. Valentine.
Ogata, 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 Kayak can, Wazi can, Mano can, Depatota Kai Tito, Apiadoko, Piapa Zenchen, Ajuna, Batama, Dutia, Datia, the Jane, Don't Jimmy, Baya Yadana, Daya Yadana, Danga Yadana Miatum Batuko, Ayo Ale Amia, La Sumowe, Shiku Puza, Pio Memen Show, Kadoba I, Ashen Paya, Kadoya Tao, Acho Acho, Abeleba, Capnumba, Yapeshipa, Yaduno. Monaba, Wapatitaya, Laba, Pyatanataya, Nabadoma, Akakanti, Kilonin Tepewe, Mataya, Botaya, Nebantaya, Domyako, Yabaloi, Ashimpaya, no time.
Aham Bante Tisaranena Saha Nawanga Sampanagatam Uposata Silam Dhammamyajami Anugaham Katwa Silam De Tap Me Bante Dutiyampi Aham Bante Tisaranena Saha Nawanga Sampanagatam Uposata Silam Dhammamyajami Anugaham Katwa Silam De Tap Me Bante Tatiyampi Aham Bante Tisaranena Saha Nawanga Sampanagatam Uposata Silam Dhammamyajami Anugaham Katwa Silam De Tap Me Bante Amabante Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Amabante.
Panatipada Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Adena Dana Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Abrahmacharya Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Musawada Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Sura Miraya Maja Pamada Dana Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Vichara Bhojana Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Najagita Wadita Visuka Dasana Malagenta Vilebana Dharana Mandana Vibhusana Dana Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Ujjasayana Mahasayana Viramani Sikhabdan Samadhiyami Mita Sahajatena Chitasa Sabha Panabhutesu Paridwa Viharana Samadhiyami Amabande by one time.
Nyambungje
What?
Sandy
Wakato Bhagavata Dhammo Santitiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanayiko Pachatamutitabo Venuhi
Supatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Ujjupatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Nyayapatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Samicipatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Yadidam Chatari Purisa Yugani Ata Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Ahuneyo Bahuneyo Takineyo Anjalikaraneyo Anuttaram Punyaketam Lokasa Valentine.
Aham avaro homi abhyabajo homi Anigo homi suki atana pariharami mama mata pitu acharya ja nyatimita ja sabrama charino ja avira hantu abya baja hantu aniga hantu suki atana pariharantu Amhakam Araka Devata Imam Sumim Aase Imam Sumim Arame Araka Devata Avera Hantu Abya Baja Hantu Maniga Hantu Suki Atanam Pariharantu Sabe Sata, Sabe Bana, Sabe Buddha, Sabe Bukala, Sabe Atabhava Pariyapana, Saba Itio, Sabe Purisa, Sabe Arya, Sabe Anarya, Sabe Dewa, Sabe Manusa, Sabe Vinipatika, Awera Hontu, Abya Baja Hontu, Aniga Hontu, Sukiyatanan Pariharantu, Dukha Muchantu, Yatalaja Sampatito Mawigachantu, Kamasaka.
Purtimaya Disaya Dakinaya Disaya Pachimaya Disaya Uttaraya Disaya Purtimaya Anudisaya Dakinaya Anudisaya Pachimaya Anudisaya Uttaraya Anudisaya Heti Maya Disaya Upari Maya Disaya
Sabe Sata, Sabe Bana, Sabe Buddha, Sabe Bhagava, Sabe Atabhava Pariyapana, Saba Itio, Sabe Parisa, Sabe Arya, Sabe Anarya, Sabe Dewa, Sabe Manusa, Sabe Vinipatika, Awera Hontu, Abya Baja Hontu, Anika Hontu, Sukiatana Pariharantu, Tuka Mujantu, Yadalata Sampatito, Mawikachantu, Kamasaka.
Udamya wa Bawaga ta Adoya wa Awitido Samanta Takawale Su Yesada Patawi Tara Avya Pada Nirata Nidukata Nupadwa Udamya wa Bawaga ta Adoya wa Awitido Samanta Takawale Su Yesada Udake Tara Avya Pada Nirata Nidukata Nupadwa Udamya wa Bawaga ta Adoya wa Awitido Samanta Takawale Su Yesada Akase Tara Avya Pada Nirata Nidukata Nupadwa Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Bow one time.
Now we will learn how to meditate by Chloe, Meidun, Heinleao, and Shuizi.
What is meditation? Meditation is a way to keep the mind cool and calm by concentrating on one object. There are many ways to meditate. In our Dhamma class, Primarily, we study Anapanasati and body scanning meditation. In Anapanasati, a natural focus is your own breath, which is always with you. If you simply keep feeling the breath as it comes in and as it goes out, the mind gets quieter and more peaceful. In body scanning meditation, you scan your whole body from head to toe, from the front and the back. The only trouble is, something will always take your attention away, maybe a noise or a pain in the knee, but often your own mind is the problem. It is so full of useless stuff. Like a monkey jumping here and there, it is so hard to control. To become the master of your mind, you need some lessons, enough time, and a good place to learn how to practice. With enough practice, meditation helps to replace bad thoughts and feelings with happy ones.
Why do we meditate? By learning how to control the mind, we start to get rid of negative habits and develop good mental qualities instead. If your mind is cool, you make good decisions, you don't get confused, you make less mistakes, you don't get angry or feel afraid, and you become more confident. If your mind is calm, you become peaceful and happy, you're less worried and frustrated, you don't get stressed about work or exams, you develop compassion and kindness, and you have more harmonious relationships. If your mind is concentrated, you get less distracted by useless things, you find it easier to focus and learn, you perform better in sports and games, you make better music and art, and you will be more trustworthy.
What is the difference between samatha and vipassana? Samatha meditation and vipassana meditation are two different types of meditation. Samatha aims at achieving deep concentration, while vipassana aims at understanding both the body and mind. In samatha meditation, the focus is solely on one object to attain deep concentration, such as by fixing the mind on a single point. In contrast, vipassana meditation involves observing various mental and physical processes as they occur. During samatha meditation, when the mind wanders, we bring it back to the chosen object. However, in vipassana meditation, when the mind wanders, we observe it without trying to control it. Only when the distraction fades do we return our focus to the primary object. These differences in focus and approach distinguish the two types of meditation.
Now we are going to advance to body scanning meditation. Imagine you are holding a scanner in your hand. You are going to scan your whole body from head to toe and from the front and the back. Begin at the top of your head and slowly let your attention move down through your body little by little. Imagine a warm energy flowing gently inside you. If you find a place that feels stuck, pause there, take a calm breath, and picture it relaxing. Once it feels open, keep moving down all the way to the tips of your toes. Let's begin by scanning the front of your body. Start at the top of your head and move slowly downward. The top of your head, your forehead and face, the front of your neck, the front of your shoulders, your upper chest, your lower chest and abdomen, the front of your hips, the front of your thighs, the front of your knees, and the front of your legs. Now bring your attention to your back. Beginning at your heels, slowly scan upward. The back of your legs, the back of your knees, the back of your thighs, the back of your hips, your lower back, your upper back, the back of your shoulders, the back of your neck, the back of your head, and the top of your head. Now you have successfully finished one cycle of body scanning meditation. Now you are going to practice another cycle on your own. You can switch the order, either going down the front and up the back, or up the back and down the front. Once all the energy channels are open, your body will feel very light. It will feel as if you are riding on a calm ocean wave. We are now done meditating.
Dukkha pada jani dukkha, baya pada jani baya, soka pada jani soka, hontu sabe bipanino.
Ibena Bevani Samadhi Daguna Janan Abhinacha Samadhi Isatamo Sanatana
Saba pa basa akaranam kusa lasa lasu pasampada sachita priyo tapanam etam buddha nasasanam.
Marne me duam, jivitam me aduam, itam me punyam, nibbana sapajayo hotu, imam punya bhagam, sapasatanam bhajema, sadhu, 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 round time.
It is now part 2 of the Dhamma class, and before we start, this Dhamma class is very important, so please be respectful and do not eat. However, drinking water is now fine. And please don't forget to straighten your body and center yourself in the middle of your camera. Now we'll be moving on to Program 1, Chant of Metta Sutta by May Cindy, Lin Lin, Marinda, Shizin, Taylor, Sumya P, Cynthia, Noel, Rebecca, Tiffany, Hankin, Hema, and Rebecca.
Metta Sutta Yasanubhavato Yaka Nevada Santi Pisanan Yan Hije Wa Nuyunjanto Ratim Diva Matandito
Sukham supati sutocha Babam kanchina basati Ewa mati kunupetam Paritam tam panamahe
Karaneya matakusalena yanda sandam padam abisameja sako ujuja sufujuja suwajo jasa mudu anadimani.
Sadhu Sakoja Subaroja Abakijoja Salahuga Wuti Satindriyoja Nipagoja Abagabo Kuleswa Nanugido
Nacha Kuda Machare Kimchi Yena Winyu Bare Upawadeyu Tsukino wa Kemino Hontu Sabasata Bhavantu Sukitata.
Sue, it is your turn.
Sumyape.
Taylor, can you substitute for Sumya Pit and read verse 6?
Yekechi Panabhutati Tasawa Tawarawa Nawasesa Tigawa Yewa Mahanta Majima Rasaka Anukatula.
Itawa yewa adita yewa dure wasanti awi dure Buddhawa samba wesiwa Saba sata bhavantu sukitata.
Na paropa nikupeta na timanyata katachi na kanchi Piawo sana patika sanya Nanya manyasa duka michaya
Mada yada niya Buddha Mayusa eka Buddha manurake Ewan bi Saba Buddhisu Manasam bhavaye aparimanam.
Metanja sabha lokasmi manasam bhavaye aparimanam udam adolja tiriyanja asambadam awera sapatam.
Itam charam nisinoa sayano yawatasa vitamiro etam satim aditeya brahmametam vihara miramahu.
Titinja anupagama silawadasanena sampano kame suvinaya gedam nahi jadugabaseya punareti meta sudam nitidam sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Now we'll be moving on to Program 2, Basic Buddhism, first by Amara and Ma Thang, then Noelle and Tiffany, Sumya Pitt and Victoria, Shizen and Linlin, Chloe, Maythun and Valerie, Grace, Brian and Nenita, and Tazinjao and Hailiang.
Hello, Minglaba. My name is Amara, and my Buddha's name is Amata Bali, which means keeper of deathlessness, and I live in Texas. Today, my dear Dhamma friend will be joining me. Madan, can you please introduce yourself? Hello, Manglaba. My name is Madan. My Buddha's name is Hita Bali, which means good keeper, and I live in Texas. So, Amara, what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk about the 4 ultimate truths. Madan, can you please go first? What does ultimate mean? In Bali, Paramattha means something that stays the same in its true nature. It doesn't change no matter where or in when it appears. What are the 4 ultimate truths? Mind, citta, our awareness or consciousness. Mental factors, cetasikas, feelings and thoughts. Like kindness or anger, matter, rupa, the physical world, including our bodies, nibbana, the only absolute reality beyond suffering and change. How do they stay the same? Some make mental factors like greed, lobha, and anger. Those never change their nature. Greed is always greed, whether in a kind person, a bad person, or even an animal. Anger is always anger, no matter who feels it. Everything in the world has its own true nature. By understanding this, we can better recognize our own thoughts and feelings as well as those of others. Now we be asking questions. So,
Amara, question to Rebecca.
Rebecca, what are the 4 ultimate truths?
They are mind, citta, mental factors, cetasikas, matter, rupa, and nibbana.
That is correct.
Amara, keep going.
Cynthia, what is mind, citta?
It is our awareness, how we think and know things.
That is correct. Rebecca, what is special about nibbana?
Nibbana is beyond suffering and change. It is a perfect peace.
That is correct. Cynthia, why are these truths called ultimate?
Because they never change no matter where or in whom they appear.
That is correct. Thank you for watching.
It is now Noel and Tiffany's turn.
Hello everyone, my name is Noel and my Buddhist name is Manapala, which means power personality. So today I'll be joined by my Dhamma friend Tiffany, so could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Tiffany. My Buddhist name is Santa Pali, which means peacekeeper. So, Noel, what are we going to be talking about today?
Today we'll be talking about karma, our true parents. So everyone please listen carefully because we'll be asking questions at the end. And I'll start. Karma means the actions we do, and these actions shape our future, like our next life, our family, and even our physical appearance. Let's imagine two people. One person does good deeds with kindness and understanding. The other does little good, or if they do, they don't do it happily.
When they are reborn, the first person might be born into a wealthy family with loving parents who take good care of them. The second person might be born into a poor family where life is harder even before birth.
As they grow, their lives continue to be different. One enjoys comfort, love, and education, while the other faces struggles and challenges.
This shows how our actions today shape our future. Just like a farmer plants good seeds to grow healthy crops, we should do good deeds to create a bright future for ourselves. So now we were asking questions. So my first question is to William, and what is karma? Well, the answer is karma is the actions we do that shape our future.
My question to William is, how does good karma affect rebirth?
It can lead to a better life with loving parents and comfort.
Yes, that is correct.
I only have one question.
Okay, yeah.
My question is to Alexander, and what happens if someone does a little good?
They might be born into a harder life with more struggles.
Yes, that's correct.
My last question to William is, what is the lesson of karma?
Our actions today create our future of happiness or suffering.
Yes, that is correct, and that is all. Thank you for listening.
It is Sumya Pei and Victoria's turn.
Hello everyone, my name is Simya Pim. My Buddhist name is Tita Bali, which means guarder of mind. Today I'll be joined by my dear Dhamma friend Victoria. So Victoria, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello to my class. My name is Victoria and my Buddhist name is Uju Bali, which means honest keeper. So Sumya Pe, what will we be talking about today?
Today we'll be talking about Isa or envy. But before we begin, we'll be asking questions in the end, so please listen carefully. Envy is when we feel upset because someone else has something we want, like being smarter, richer, or better at something. Sometimes people say hurtful things because of jealousy.
Envy often happens when we do the same things. For example, a baker might feel jealous of another baker but not a doctor. Even monks and teachers can feel envy. When we are jealous and say mean things, we only hurt ourselves. Wise people know that envy brings unhappiness.
A story about envy. A lion lived in a glowing green cave. Nearby, some hogs were upset and blamed the light for their problems. They tried to cover the cave with mud, but the cave only shone brighter.
This story shows that when we try to bring others down because of envy, we don't hurt them. we only make their success stand out more. Instead of being jealous, we should be happy for others. So now we'll be asking questions. Sumape, can you please start with your question?
My first question is to Alinte. What is envy?
Envy is feeling upset because someone else has something we want.
That is correct. Thank you. Victoria, can you please ask your first question?
My first question is to Tanzin, and it is, who do we usually envy?
We envy people who do the same things as us.
That is correct. Thank you. Sumape, can you please ask your next question?
My last question is to Alinte, and it is, what did the hogs try to do in the story?
They tried to cover the glowing cave with mud.
That is correct. Thank you. Victoria, please ask your question.
My last question is to Tanzin. What is the lesson of the story?
Envy hurts us more than others and makes their success shine even more.
That is correct. Thank you. That is on. Thank you for listening.
It is Suizen and Linden's turn.
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Suizen, and my Buddhist name is Wansap Pali, which means keeper of relatives. Joining me today is my dear sister Linlin. So, Linlin, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello to my class. My name is Linlin, and my Buddhist name is Manapali, which means keeper of minds. So, Sweza, what are we going to be sharing today?
We are going to be talking about DT, which is wrong view. Everyone, please listen carefully because in the end, we'll be asking some questions. Wrong view means seeing things the wrong way or believing something false is true. It happens when someone thinks something exists when it doesn't. Something doesn't exist when it does. Wrong things are right and right things are wrong.
Examples of wrong views: believing a creator made the world when there is none, thinking a soul or atta exists in people when it does not, saying good and bad actions have no results when they do, denying rebirth when beings are reborn many times, rejecting nibbana, the end of suffering, when it exists.
Some wrong views come from false beliefs, like thinking animal sacrifices are good or that bathing in a river removes bad deeds.
A mind full of wrong views is called diti chitta, and a person who strongly holds them is a miccha diti. So now I'll be asking questions. So Swezan, can you please ask your question?
My question is to Shinta, and it is, what is DT or wrong view?
It is believing something is false, is true, or seeing things the wrong way.
That is correct. So Lillian, can you please ask your question?
My question is to Hank, and it is, what are examples of wrong views?
Denying rebirth, rejecting Nibbana, or believing in a creator when there is none.
That is correct. So Swezan, can you please ask your question?
My last question is also to Shinta, and it is, what causes wrong views?
False beliefs like thinking sacrifices or rituals remove bad deeds.
That is correct. So Lillian, can you please ask your last question?
My last question is to Hank, and it is, what is a miccha diti?
A person who strongly holds wrong views.
That is correct. That is all, and thank you for listening.
It is Chloe, May, Cindy, and Valerie's turn.
Hello, Minglapa. My name is Chloe Ching, and my Buddhist name is Diti Pali, which means keeper of wisdom. I live in Chino Hills, California. So today, my two dear Dhamma friends will be joining me. So Mason D, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Mangalaba. My name is Mason D. My Buddha name is Luca Bali, which means guardian of the world. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. So Valerie, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Mingalaba. My name is Valerie Chow. My Buddhist name is Dana Bali, which means the keeper of charity. I live in Chino Hills, California. So, Chloe, what will we be talking about today?
We will be talking about Madhurya, avarice. I'll be reading first. So please listen carefully because we will be asking some questions at the end. What is Madhurya, avarice? Madhurya means not wanting others to have good things. It is different from being stingy. A stingy person does not want to give, but a person with Madhurya does not want others to receive. There are 5 types of Macharya.
Number 1, Avasamacharya, not wanting to share houses, schools, or places. Some monks do not let others stay in their monastery. Number 2, Kulamacharya, feeling jealous when relatives or donors help others. This can lead to suffering in the next life.
Number 3, Labhamacharya, not wanting others to gain wealth or success. This can lead to being born in a bad place. Number 4, Vanamacharya, feeling jealous of others' beauty or fame. This can cause one to be ugly in future lives. Number 5, Dhamma not wanting to share knowledge with others. This can lead to being born unable to speak or learn.
Macharya brings suffering while kindness and sharing bring happiness. So now we will be asking some questions. So Mason D, please ask your first question.
So my first question is to Lasunda. So Lasunda, what is Macharya?
It is avarice, not wanting others to have good things, different from stinginess.
Yes, that is correct. So, Chloe, please ask your next question.
So my next question is to Julia. It is, how can Macharya affect future lives?
It can lead to suffering, bad rebirths, or lack of beauty, wealth, or knowledge.
That is correct. So Valerie, please ask your next question.
My last question is to Lasandar. So, how does Dhamma Macharya affect one's future life?
Dhamma Macharya, the refusal to share knowledge, can lead to being bored, unable to speak or learn.
That is correct.
So that is all, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for watching and listening.
It is Grace, Brian, and Nini-Dan's turn.
Hello, Mingalaba. My name is Grace, and my Buddha's name is Kema Bali, which means keeper of security in the mind and body. Today, my dear brother Brian and Nathan will be joining me today. So, Brian, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Brian, and my Buddhist name is Bunyabala, which means power of goodness. So, Nathan, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Miglava. My name is Narinda. My Buddhist name is Yoga Bali, which means keeper of energy. What will we be talking about today, Grace?
We will be talking about Buddha Sasana era, but before we start, can everyone please listen carefully because we will be asking questions later at the end. So, Brian, you go first.
Buddha Sasana era. The Buddha Sasana era started in the year the Buddha passed away. The calendar most people use today is based on the birth of Jesus Christ and is called AD, Anno Domini, which means year of the Lord. The years before Jesus was born are called BC, before Christ.
The Buddha was born in 623 BC and lived for 80 years. To find the year he passed away, we subtract 80 from 623, which gives us 543 BC. This is when the Buddha Sasana era, or BE, began. To find the current year in BE, we add 543 BC to the current AD year.
For example, the year 2025 AD plus 543 equals 2,568. So the current Buddha Sasana era year is 2,568. If the month May passed already, you add one more. Many Theravada Buddhist countries such as Thailand, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia use this system today.
However, some modern scholars believe that the Buddha was actually born in 563 BC, which is 60 years later than the traditional belief.
We will now be asking questions. So, Snowy, when did the Buddha Sasana era start?
It started in 543 BC, the year the Buddha passed away.
That's correct. Thank you. Grace, would you ask the next question?
Sure, and my question is the same thing, and it is, what is the AD calendar based on?
It is based on the birth of Jesus Christ.
That's correct, Brian. You can ask the next question.
Snowy, how do you find the current year in the Buddha Sasana era?
Add 543 to the current AD year.
That is correct. So, Ninny, then please ask your next question.
So, Ting, do all scholars agree on the Buddha's birth year?
No, some scholars believe he was born in 563 BC.
That is correct. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching and listening.
It is Zinjo and Humayon's turn.
Hello, Mingalaba Dhamma class. My name is Thazanjo and my Buddhist name is Jana Pali, which means power of concentration. Today, me and a Dhamma friend will be talking about something. So Hina Aung, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Dhamma class. My name is Hin Long, and my Buddhist name is Sukabala, which means power of happiness. So, Zincho, what were you talking about today?
We will be talking about the human Buddha. Everyone please listen carefully because we will be asking a couple questions in the end. Hina Aung, could you please start us off?
The human Buddha. Prince Siddhartha lived a happy life in a beautiful palace. But one day, he noticed that people everywhere got sick, grew old, and died. This made him sad because neither money nor fun could stop these troubles.
So, he left his family and riches to find a way to end suffering. He wore a simple monk's robe and traveled alone.
At first, he practiced Dukkaracharya, extreme asceticism, living very strictly, eating little and sleeping even less. After 6 years, he became very weak, but he still didn't find peace.
Then he realized that being too hard on the body wasn't the answer, and chasing only pleasures wasn't either. He discovered a balanced way called the middle path, or Majjhima Patipada in Pali. Soon after, he became the Buddha, which means the awakened one.
The Buddha was a human being. He was born, he lived, and he passed away, just like anyone else. Yet he became extraordinary, Acharya Manusa, because of his spiritual powers and deep insights. Patisambhida.
But he never claimed to be a god. The Buddha made it clear that he was not immortal or divine, so no one would mistakenly think he was a god. Still, people admired his goodness and wisdom and said no teacher has been so human yet so godlike. That is all, so now we'll be asking questions. Hina Aung, could you please ask the first one?
The first question is from Maythun, and it is, who was Prince Siddhartha?
He was a prince who later became the Buddha.
That is correct. So, Zincha, could you please ask the next question?
My next question is from Maythun, which is, why did he leave his palace?
He wanted to find a way to end suffering.
That is correct. Hina Aung, could you please ask the next question?
The next question is for Maythun, and it is, what did he discover after many years?
The middle path, a balanced way of living.
That is correct. So, Zincha, could you please ask the next question?
My next question is from Marinda, which is, what did he discover after many years? Go.
He practiced Dukkaracharya, extreme ascetic practices.
That is correct. Hina Aung, could you please ask the next question?
The next question is from Maythun, and it is, was the Buddha a god?
No, he was a human being with great wisdom.
That is correct. So, Zincha, could you please ask the last question?
My last question is from Maythun, which is, how do people admire the Buddha's goodness and wisdom?
People say no teacher has been so human yet so divine.
That is correct. That is all. Thank you for listening.
Now we'll be moving on to program 3. Choose the correct one out of the given answers by Hank and Hema.
My name is Hank. My Buddhist name is Bala, which means the power of knowledge. Today, I'll be joined by my twin sister. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Hema, and my Buddhist name is Hemapali, which means peacekeeper.
Today, we'll be asking questions to the individuals Lasanda, Sandy, Naita, Wei-Yan, William, Grace, Gamapali, Valerie, Nyambunte, Snowy, Julia, Olente, Nyetno, Thiri-san, Brian, Maythun, and Alexander. To start off, Lasanda, what are the four ultimate truths?
There are Chitta, Sikas, Rupa, and Nibbana.
That is correct. Sandy, how does good karma affect rebirth?
It can lead to a better life with loving parents and comfort.
That is correct. Nainta, what is the lesson of karma?
Our actions today create our future happiness or suffering.
That is correct. Wei Yan, who do we usually envy?
We envy people who do the same thing as us.
That is correct. William, what is a micha diti?
A person who strongly holds wrong views.
That is correct. Grace, when did the Buddha Sasana era start?
It started in 543 BC, the year the Buddha passed away.
That is correct. Kamapali, who was Prince Siddhartha?
He was a prince who later became the Buddha.
That is correct. Valerie, why did he leave his palace?
He wanted to find a way to end suffering.
You are correct. And Nimbontet, what did Buddha discover after many years?
The middle path, a balanced way of living.
And that is correct.
Snowy, was the Buddha a god?
No, he was a human being with great wisdom.
That is correct. Julia, what are the four ultimate truths?
They are Chitta, Sikas, Rupa, and Nibbana.
That is correct. Arlington, how does good karma affect rebirth? Well, the correct answer is it can lead to a better life with loving parents and comfort. Mietno, what is the lesson of karma?
Our actions today create our future's happiness or suffering.
That is correct. Theory-san, who do we usually envy?
Absent.
Well, the correct answer is we envy people who do the same things as us. Brian, what is a Micha Diti?
A person who strongly holds wrong views.
That is correct. Meitun, when did the Buddha Sasana era start?
It started in 543 BC, the year the Buddha passed away.
That is correct. Alexander, who was Prince Siddhartha?
He was a prince who later became the Buddha.
That is correct. Thank you for listening.
Now we'll be moving on to Program 4, Answer the Questions 1 by Rebecca and Cynthia. So hello Dhamma class, my name is Rebecca and my Buddhist name is Metta Bali, which means keeper of loving kindness. For today's program, my sister Cynthia will be joining me. So Cynthia, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello Dhamma class, my name is Cynthia and my Buddhist name is Maga Bali, which means keeper of the middle path. The individuals that we will be asking today are Brian, Sarah, Amara, Chloe, Mayton, Valerie, Mudane, Grace, Alexander, Cindy, and Sumafe.
Brian, please recite the first Gautama Buddha Vachana.
Aneka jati samsaram, sendavisam anivisam, gahakaram gavisanto, dukha jati punapunam.
That is correct, thank you. Sarah, please recite the third Vachasa Udana.
Absent.
Amara, please recite the second Manasa Udana.
Gahagarapatitosi Punageham Nagahasi Sabade Basuka Baga Gahakudam Visangada.
That is correct, thank you. Chloe, please list the two types of udana. Do you want me to come back to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll come back to you later. Maythun, please list the four ultimate truths.
1. Mind. Chitta. 2. Mental factors. Cetasikas. 3. Matter. Rupa. And 4. Nibbana.
That is correct, thank you. Valerie, please list the 12 causes of Paticca Samuppada in Pali.
Number 1, Avijja. Number 2, Sankara. Number 3, Vijnana. Number 4, Nama. Number 5, Salayatana. Number 6, Pasa. Number 7, Vedana. Number 8, Dana. Number 9, Upadana. Number 10, Kamabhava. Number 11, Jadi. And number 12, Jaramarana.
Number 4 is Nama Rupa, but you are correct, thank you. Chloe, are you ready?
Yes.
So can you please list? Okay, go ahead.
Number 1, Manasa Udana, a mental utterance or thought. And number 2, Vachasa Udana, a verbal utterance or spoken words.
That is correct, thank you. Matane, please recite the first Patama Buddha Vachana.
Aneka jati gata, aneka jati samsaram, sandavisam, anibisam, gahagaram, kawesando, dukha jati, punam punam.
That is correct, thank you. Grace, please recite the third Vachasa Udana.
Yada hawe batu bhavanti dhamma adapino jayato brahmanasa vidupayanti tati marasena suryo va obasaya mandalikam.
That is correct, thank you. Alexander, please recite the second Manasa Udana.
Sahakaragajitosi punageham nagahasi sabate pasugavaga gahakutam visangatam.
That is correct, thank you. Hey Cindy, please list the two types of Udana.
Number 1, Manasa Udana. And number 2, Vachasa Udana.
That is correct, thank you. Sumit babe, please list the four ultimate truths.
Dukkha, Samudaya, Nirodha, and Magga.
The answer is mind, chitta, mental factors, cetasikas, matter, rupa, and nibbana. Thank you for trying. That is all for our program. Thank you for participating. Now we'll be moving on to program 5, Answer the Questions 2 by Dazinja.
Hello, Mingalaba Dhamma class. My name is Thazanja, and my Buddhist name is Janapali, which means power of concentration. Today, I'll be asking a few questions to a few individuals, so please be ready and prepared. What? Sandy, how do you chant metta meditation on yourself?
Ahem awero homi, apya pajo homi, aneko homi, sukhiyatana priharami.
That is correct, thank you. Snowy, how do you chant metta meditation on your parents?
Mama mata pitu Avera hontu, Avya Paja hontu, Aniga hontu, Suki Atanem Pariharantu.
That is correct. Thank you. Same thing. How do you chant metta meditation on your relatives and friends?
Nati mitacha abeva hontu, abya pacha hontu, anega hontu, sukyatana priyavat.
That is correct. Thank you. Nyambontan, how do you chant metta meditation on your Dhamma class? Nyambontan, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Sabrahma. Sambrahma Charino Cha Avera Hontu Apya Baja Hontu Anika Hontu Sukya Tenaburi Hare.
That is correct. Thank you. Masanda, what is Buddhism? Please answer in Pali and English. Masanda, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Saba babasa akaranam, not to do any evil. Kusalasa upasam bada, to practice good. Sajita bariyo dapanam, to purify your mind. Edam buddhana sasanam, this is the teaching of the Buddhas.
That is correct. Thank you. Wei Yan, how do you chant metta meditation on yourself?
Ahem awirahomi abyabajahomi anigahomi sukhi atane pariharami.
That is correct. Thank you. Miano, how do you chant metta meditation on your parents?
Mama mada bidu awirahontu abyabajahontu anigahontu sukhi atane pariharantu.
That is correct. Thank you. June, how do you chant metta meditation on your relatives and friends?
What page?
Next.
Okay. Gama, how do you chant metta meditation on your Dhamma class?
Next.
Anya, what is Buddhism? Please answer in Pali and English.
Next.
That is all. Thank you for listening.
We are now at the end of the Dhamma class, so everyone please put your hands together, mute your microphone, and say with me, Buddha Sasanam Chiram Thetatu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Thetatu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Buddha Sasanam Chiram Thetatu. May the Buddha's teachings last long. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That is all for today. Thank you.